Remember this guy? Remember when he introduced Bayhem to a new audience? Thanks! I think. As a little kid, I had just gotten into Transformers, and had a good time too because they had just announced a full-on live-action film inspired by the idea. I went into the theater and witnessed the very first of this new breed of robots as this character storms in. Massive, especially considering the origins of the Micromaster, this out-of-hand machine is destructive, powerful, yet can be absolutely quiet in his approach. In taking orders from Starscream, he was never truly happy, but what kept him on track was the lead-up to reviving their glorious leader. I'm not gonna repeat this for every review, but the Studio Series figures comes with the background. This one resembles the very first scene with the Operation Base, iconic for his chaos. Blackout transforms into the recognizable 4500X MH-53 helicopter. That is, if you can get the panels lined up. Nearly a shell former with parts you can't expect to tab in right. A little bit of a mess, but I happen to be alright with the majority. This thing is huge! I'll try to get most of it shown, but with the width of the blades, I might just fold it up for some space. Look, I'm not complaining. There's just more to love because this is nearly a model. The round cockpit, oh, I'm just screaming, it's a Decepticon! Fly, you fools! Would be nice if he had a hologram pilot, but rather you get his head going tee-hee. Some details highlighted with paint applications, including the logos with his very name and 4500X. Something's not right. That's better. The main propeller spins, but sadly there's a lot of friction. Good for the robot mode, but it would be cool to feel the massive propellers rotate. The back one does, and is his primary weapon that detaches, making things awkward. Also, there's a peg on top, so you can add Scorpnock, and there's a scorpion on the tail of the plane! Check out the rivets! Detail work! These things! These other things! It has become apparent that I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to helicopter mechanics and their functions. All I know is big heli cool. There's appropriate landing gear and you can store Scorponok underneath the tail. Though it's made abundantly clear this is not a good look for it. The third-party update does have a removable cover, but this is just the pure Hasbro toy. It's not even completely hollow to keep the size, which is amazing. I have to do this. If you open up the top, you can got to the chopper! I can't get over how big this is. Put a Bowmaster near it and it looks like a pilot. Every figure seems to shrink like it just got out of the wash. Even the Deluxe and Voyagers cower before it. I miss old leader figures. I'm guessing this is on purpose, although necessary for the transformation, but the propellers going back? Nice nod. Though, they open up in a very specific way, and all the propellers match, so keep your attention on it. Visually stunning, and so much fun just to hold and swing around. I feel like I'm recounting the film's first scene, while just enjoying the vehicle as itself. Large and amazing to look at. Robot mode. This figure is certainly clunky in sections, such as the arms made from origami, and feet with shoes of tall sandals. The torso's got some junk, but to its credit, it does feel like it's trying, and certain things are appropriate, including what is believed to be the massive EMP giving him severe back pain. Looking head on, that's pretty much the major things I would change. As inhumane as this sounds, I'd cut the webbing in his toes, and the hefty arms with backwards missiles it seems, but there's so much going on that it's easy to get distracted. I love the torso and recognized canopy. Reminds me when alt mode kibble was acceptable and felt like a transformer. The legs, while skinny and chicken-legged, are detailed like crazy. I even love the panel and knee pad that can move to change dimensions. I don't even mind the clamp hands, though it seems like he's that guy. You know, the one where everyone's trying to get work done and he's in the back doing the chicken dance. That head sculpt is wonderful. It's got the spiked insect Decepticon design with red beady eyes Prime might want to tear apart. The metallic color would be nice if it didn't feel applied for the sake of it, and didn't stand out from the rest of the figure where details are mostly unpainted with the sand blue color pattern. Even the back of the head just looks weird. Did someone say, articulation? Ball jointed head, shoulders out and in, forward to back rotation below, elbow bend, hands move, fingers open, hips out and in, forward to back rotation below, knee bend, other knee bend, foot forward to back, and foot tilt. Posability is... it's a good thing he looks good just standing there. There's plenty in the legs, even additional stability from the knee, but this hip flap barely gets out of the way, and the shoulders can kiss a dog's anus. The in and out joint just looks so awkward, and thanks to the shoulder stuff that restricts any joy. Just like quality control. It's tricky to love, but it's hard to hate with this powerful stance. He loses the size much like how the original was a small Voyager, especially compared to Megatron, but he was tall anyways. Plus, considering modern leaders are now borderline in the class, and his incredible heft, I feel like it works, and I can't argue with the majestic cape. It's official, every good villain has a cape. You can open this entire thing up and he could look bigger against predators. You could also flip up the gun for tit weapon. Let's take a look at the accessories. He comes with the back propeller that spins freely and was used in the film. Plugs into a basic port on the side, and I prefer plugging it in this way to keep the weapon portion forward. Just what we need, more stuff in the arms. He also has another character, Scorpknock. Awesome way to have him in the line in this size without making a new class or people complaining about buying a super small deluxe. Painted simply with silver, gold, and red eyes, and articulation is limited to the arms and tail. You can hold it, but I don't think scorpions like it. Or you can fold up the arms and tail to attach it to the back and detach much like in the film. Pretty obvious, but it's more to look at than, ooh, lousy panels. Wow, a fidget spinner? How special. I've got to mention that kibble sells pretty nicely with the... let's call them intakes. I'm not gonna bother. Another good thing is the main gray color that borders from original Blackout or Grindor in the second film. So initially you can use them for both characters, but it's Blackout for me. Can't resist the original cast. This figure is nowhere near perfect. Transformation is difficult, although I seem to take not too many issues with it, and the robot mode has kibble placed in areas that just affect the look. But there's something about the look that exceeds my major complaints and keeps them to be nitpicks. If you get the upgrade kits or third-party remixes, I'd say Blackout just has a wonderful essence to him that really makes him feel powerful. I don't have an issue with having him in my collection, and honestly, he needed a brand new toy from his previous mainline figure. If you can get with the transformation, either mode is amazing. Even he knows to come in with a boom. But that's also the Bayverse style.